What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Super Otaku Show. As always, I am joined by the shooting star sheriff himself, Sharif. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Good to be back. What's up?
I'm doing good as well, and we got a whole bunch of cool anime news and things to talk about. Roman will be here eventually. He's running perpetually late, so I figured out how to change our cameras, and so we look cool. Podcast viewers, you don't have to worry about this. We'll sound the same no matter what happens. But for those of you watching with us over on Twitch, I did figure out how to get. I have multiple camera setups for us now, so no matter what combination of people are currently on, we're good. I'm happy. Oh man. So anyway, how is your week in anime? Did you do anything cool or fun or anime related?
If we're talking about anime related, yes, I actually finally did complete One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. So that is actually because I've been doing a playthrough, so that'll be cool to have that finished and done and out the door of the YouTube space. So I've done that. I've also finished all of we were just talking about this a little bit before, but I finished Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. So which I love Gundam because they put all their anime up on their YouTube channel for free. So it's easy.
Yeah, it's
Easy to
awesome, man. Like, if you're a Gundam fan, there is a ton up there. Like, then they put it in multiple languages too. Like, they have all the cartoon product placement ones, which are all really fun. And then they got a couple of the classic series, and they rotate ones through. Like, I think they had Unicorn up there for a while and stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe it was
yeah, they
double O
did.
eighty.
But yep. Right now I've been on a double O. I've been on a Gundam double kick again because Double O is actually my favorite series. I don't think we've ever talked to you about that, but Double O is my favorite.
It's funny. I own both of the seasons of Double O, and I've never watched them.
What?
I
What?
I bought them at like a Best Buy before coming down to Full Sail, and just I watched the like first disc of Double O and just never went any further.
Bro, like I literally have Double O. I literally have my first kit I ever built was a Double O riser, and then I literally have every variation of Double O I can get my hands on.
That's
Like,
amazing.
love it, love it. But
All right, so yeah, for me, I think anybody who's watched our Twitter knows I'm just really obsessed. I recently found out that I'm holding these up for anybody watching on stream. I got the first two seasons of Metabots and the first season of Beyblade all on Blu-ray. And what's my favorite part is because they're standard definition, because HD doesn't exist for these. They didn't make them in HD when they made them. So, like, the most they can put them in is, like, a 720p kind of quasi-equivalent. But they're all 4x3. They're all pretty basic. So the entire season fits on one Blu-ray.
that's actually pretty cool.
So, like, I put in Beyblade, and Beyblade is 52 episodes. It's like 19 hours of Beyblade on one disc.
Thank you for Blu-rays.
Oh man, it reminds me of like my early, like late high school, early anime, totally not a pirate days, where I would burn data discs with a bunch of movies on them, because a data disc would still read on PlayStation 3, but I could fit more movies on it that way.
you could put the disc in the PlayStation and just watch whatever you wanted.
Oh man, so now, since, if anybody tuned in last week, we did things a little weird because we jumped straight into the main topic. But normally on the show, what we're going to do is our first big thing every week is we're going to talk about a couple of major points of anime news. Because I don't know about you, but I always struggle to find anime news outside of the stuff that like tends to trend into big like topics, like when they get into non-anime sites. Maybe I just don't follow the right people, but there are plenty of anime news outlets. And I figured we could try and bring a couple of those hot topic things and stuff that we find neat every week to you guys. So I have a handful. I've got four items here for us to discuss. The first one is kind of a breaking news story. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. I'm a little sad Aaron's not here for this because I think he would really, I think he would have some words to say about this one. The Attack on Titan season finale. So if anybody doesn't know, the current season of Attack on Titan is billed as the final season. It literally says it, like it's in the subtext. It's like final season. Yep. They've been hyping up for months that this is the final episode coming up. And it was announced today that it's not. The final episode, episode 76, it's the only episode that's coming out in 2022, the winter season.
Yeah, I heard about this. Twitter ain't like this. I'm just gonna let you know right now. Twitter did not enjoy this whatsoever.
No, there's a really good story over on Anime News Network about this, kind of breaking it down a little bit, but Funimation announced on their Twitter that it's not coming out to 2022. It will be part of the winter season. I'm assuming it's going to be like an hour or so long OVA-style deal, but I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. If they're pushing it back that far, I can only imagine that it's just going to be this crazy, bombastic, like gorgeous animation, like it's crazy episodes. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's literally pushed off until like the end of the year,
dude, like
is saying something.
Yeah, man, it's hella rude. Now, from what I understand, you go ahead.
No, well, the only reason that's going to be crazy is because anime watchers are going to have to dodge bullets until the end of the year because the ending will be out in the manga by then.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was going to say, is that my assumption is that what happened is that the mangaka didn't have the ending ready for the animation studios to animate. And so, even though they kind of run close to each other, I think that they may have overtaken it. And it's just with like COVID and probably other things the studio that makes it has to do, it's not going to fit. And so now they're going to build the hype for a year and tease it out.
But honestly, though, like, it's not the first time Attack on Titans had to have like a delay. Like, what was the delay between the first season and the second season? Wasn't it?
It was like a couple years.
Over a year.
Yeah. I think the issue with this one is more that like they build this entire series and they built this next episode up as the final episode, and then it's not. So it feels more like a little misdirection on behalf of Funimation and the other like project leads on this, like the other publishers.
Yeah, I mean, at least they were transparent about it, like when it happened. You know? So, I mean, at least it's like, hey, it's not the end. Well, it's not really the ending. Sorry, but you're gonna have to wait to get the actual ending. But it's gonna be weird though, because the Attack on Titan manga readers are just gonna. I can't imagine trying to dodge the ending for 6 months.
Longer, because it's longer. It's a year and a half because it's winter 2022. So that means it'll be a November show.
That's at this point. I don't know if to tell you to just read the manga or.
Yeah, man. Like it's a weird way to do a delay, to say the least.
Yeah. I don't think it could. I really don't. I can't really think of a way that you can. I would just say like delete hashtag like Attack on Titan on your Twitters. Just block it. Cause
that may be the safest way to go for a while, guys.
You might have to avoid it, guys. I'm sorry, Attack on fans. Well, anime only fans, but if you're reading the manga, you still get the ending. I guess at this point, read the ending and I guess wait like a year and some change so you can just watch it animated. I guess that's really all I can say about that.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, Attack on Titan fans. It sucks, man. At least you'll get your ending. I mean, me and Sharif are still waiting for that last season of Hitman Reborn.
Please don't.
By the way, Sharif, I just want you to know this is a total side thing. Also on standard definition Blu-ray, They have, I believe, the entire series of Reborn from that same company. And it's on like 2 discs, the entire series. That's like 300 episodes. Just so you know.
Dropped me a link. You dropped me a link. You dropped me a link because I'm already. That's drop me a link.
I will find it for you after the stream.
Got you.
Now, I guess in similar seriousness, I don't. Anybody who's been watching this, like I've been keeping an eye on this develop over the past year, is that Sony has been trying to purchase Crunchyroll, which I think was big news like last year. But just this week, I think literally like on Friday, the Justice Department has extended an antitrust review. You can read this over on Anime News Network, The Verge, and a bunch of other places have big breakdown articles. But basically, the Justice Department they're looking over the deal and trying to decide whether or not this would be a monopoly or a trust, because I didn't know about this. I don't know if you did. I knew Sony owned the majority stake in Funimation, but they also own 2 other companies. I'm looking through the article to see the other 2 that Sony owns. One was an Australia-based company. They have Aniplex. They have a place called Wakanim in France, and Madman Anime Group in Australia. So they had, and of course they have Funimation. So they had 4 pretty big, like, anime companies and distributions that are all rolled into Sony Pictures Television. So while, like, Crunchyroll is huge, I mean, it's a $1 billion deal. So what are your thoughts here? Are you still? Are you for or against this acquisition?
I don't, man. It's funny. It's funny that you say that, because we live in a time where people are just acquiring everything, and not to mention, to bring it up too, Sony just bought Evo as well. I know this is a completely side topic, video game wise, but Sony bought Evo, which if people don't know about the whole conundrum that happened with Evo, that's a whole nother thing. But as far as Sony, if they get Crunchyroll, it's about a monopoly, because what other really biggest, like, they're the second big, well, they are one of the biggest anime streaming services right next to Funimation.
Yeah, I mean, there are other ones that exist. Like, you can get anime on Netflix and Amazon. The only other anime-centric one is High Dive, and outside of when I had Verve, which is the, like, Crunchyroll, Rooster Teeth, all those, like, combo pack, I never watched anything on High Dive. I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a monopoly. It definitely at that.
Oh no, you're cutting out again.
Oh wait, am I here?
You're back.
Am I here? Okay.
We're gonna have to pump your gain or something. Like you gotta figure out why you cut out. We're gonna figure out why Sharif cuts out all the time.
I'm gonna try and turn up my volume just a tad, just a smidge. All right, but yeah, like I was saying, it's a monopoly, because, like, what else? There wouldn't be really any other. Like, Sony would literally have a stranglehold over like all the anime stuff.
Yeah, all the distribution for, like, global stuff would be basically under their control, which it's sad, because I didn't know that they owned all these other companies, because initially I was excited about this because it would mean that Funimation would get an app that worked, presumably, because I was hoping they would just, like, roll Funimation into Crunchyroll and become Crunchymation, and then, because Crunchyroll works.
I could say, if the deal goes through, they could do that. The apps could technically, at that point, the apps could merge, and then it's just this giant juggernaut of a service at that point.
Now, I am curious if this is, like, Sony poising themselves to make their own streaming application, because, like, everybody else has, right? You know, we got Paramount, Discovery Plus, a new HBO Max, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You know, I like to watch People Fish Plus, like, all of them.
Yes, I was gonna say an HBO Max is juggernaut as of lately when it comes to movies. So I mean, they pushed Godzilla's Kong, and I'm still wanting to watch that. But
yeah, that comes out on Wednesday. I think it's the 31st.
Yeah, it's like the middle of the week. So, but as far as Sony acquiring it, I don't know, man. I kind of feel the same way. I like acquiring everything. I'm just like,
Mm.
why? I'm just like, why don't you have enough? But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that's gonna be. But honestly, the upsides on it is if Sony does acquire it, as far as like the money that's gonna be behind it, like their server, they should have top notch service or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? It should be great.
That would be my thing. Is like, I guess the would also now like thinking about it, what sours me a little on the deal even going through is because I was thinking that if they purchase Crunchyroll, it could lead to them getting a better service running. That's just me. Um, but
Yeah.
at the same time, Funimation has been owned by Sony since I think 2019 or 2017, 2018, and like it doesn't run well. Like it's gotten a little better, but it's still jank. So maybe that's not the hope to have. So
Maybe. I mean, all I can really say is like I mean, if it does go, hopefully everything is for the best. Hopefully the service gets better. I mean, as far as that, as far as like, another thing too is as far as like merchandising and stuff goes. Hopefully, there's like more of that because you know anime fans love their merch.
I do.
So hopefully, there's a lot more you know like funds coming through for pushing more merch out and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. No,
So
what would be interesting is like I wonder if Sony, because like their biggest thing is PlayStation for sure. I wonder if
yeah.
this could lead to them making anime adaptations of some of their games because they do own all of these distribution centers and all this like stuff. They do have an animation studio through Sony Pictures. I'd be interested to see if they did any like animated content for their things. Like I think something like set in like the Horizon world would make a really cool anime.
Yeah, and it's funny that you bring that up because I mean, Sony has really pushed like I've seen more and more anime games like slowly like on the uptick too, as far as like even on the PlayStation Store, like more like anime games sale more
Mm-hmm.
like they really have pushed the anime market even on their storefront a lot more. So it could be some grand master scheme that they got cooking up in the back. So I mean it could be.
Yeah, man, who knows? We will see in the future. We got two other pieces of news here. The next one is I don't know if you've seen this at all, but Keanu Reeves' new comic book Berserker has already gotten a live action film order and anime from Netflix. Got an article here from the Verb that I'm gonna pull up for some details, but uh, if I recall the gist of it, the like synopsis for the show is about a demigod, like immortal person who has been living for like 1,000 years and doesn't really remember all his lives or why he does this and why he fights, and like trying to figure out what his deal is. Like why is he stuck just being this crazy immortal warrior? It's a 12-issue run from Boom Studio that's coming out. It's co-written by Matt Kint and Keanu Reeves himself. The main character looks like a more jacked Keanu Reeves. Um, but yeah, man, like, dude, like it's wild. Like, basically, the day the series launched, they had this. They had the day the comic book went live, they announced live action movie and an anime. The anime is what gets me excited. Live action movie. I love Keanu. I think he's a great. I think the John Wick movies are amazing, but I don't know how he's gonna like pull off like this other type of character. I haven't read the comic yet, but I think in an anime, that just based on the stills. What's your take on this? You got any thoughts?
Okay. It can't be as bad as Neo Yoki.
That does exist. That is a show that they made.
I mean, no offense to Jaden Smith, I actually like some of his music, but Neo Yokio was what? I mean, I feel like it's funny for the memes, but no, I mean, as far as like this whole like Netflix animation thing, just kind of like in general, I mean, it's like the fact that it's like a completely original thing from like, with Keanu Reeves and things like that. Like if it's cool and it sets off, I'm totally about it. I'm not. And like the fact that it's like, if it's gonna get a movie and it's, if they're already funneling a whole bunch of stuff into it, well, I mean, you can put money in it, doesn't mean necessarily it's gonna be great, right? But I mean, but because it's like a completely original, I'm fine with it. It's when Netflix takes IPs of like things that are very well established. Like I mean, the biggest thing would probably be what Avatar at the moment, because that's still talks about in development. I think
Avatar will be made one
so.
day, probably.
So I think it'll be fine. I mean, if to see if it's good.
Yeah, like I'm hoping it's good. I think what'll make it really interesting is what animation studio they choose. I think will be a really big part of this. I assume it's going to be the one that does Castlevania and all the other stuff for Netflix. I think it's the same studio. It's like a very Americanized anime look, which I think works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Like I didn't love, because I think it's the same studio that did Blood of Zeus, and I didn't always love the way that looked. But at the same time, Berserker will be a pre-established style and aesthetic, so that they would have guidelines to stick to. Anyway, moving into like our last bit of news. This one I put in as a similar to the Attack on Titan, but in a better light. Well, I guess it's got a little addendum here, but the last episode of Black Clover is airing this week. It's going to be probably going off air for a couple years as the the manga catches up, because they're about to outpace it completely, and they don't want to do filler junk. And they also announced that there's a movie for Black Clover. I believe Black Clover's first film. The show has like 100-something episodes. It's fairly popular in like the rankings in Japan and in the US, and it's getting its first movie. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the third My Hero movie was also announced. So we got 2 movie announcements in like one day.
Yes, we did. I saw the poster actually for the I think the poster's third for the third movie, and the My Hero Aka movies are pretty good. The first one was good.
I haven't seen the second one. I really wanna.
Oh, okay. I won't spoil anything, but the second movie's definitely way better than the first one, in my opinion. IMO, I like the second movie way more than the first one. But no, Black Clover. I actually read Black Clover for a little while before the anime picked up, and then I just started watching the anime. It's really weird because a lot of people gave it's fun. Well, it's not the issue anymore. But I remember when Black Clover first started, everyone was like, "You fairy tale Naruto Dragon Ball Z ripoff."
Yeah, like it feels like it just wants to be a shonen, and it didn't have a lot of personality. And it's a show, like I was talking to some friends while we were playing Monster Hunter the other night about anime things, and like I was telling them about how I hated Black Clover with a passion. All my dogs are freaking out. I don't know what's happening back there, but they are done with it. So I apologize, but they're mad. Anyways, I really didn't like it. I hated the first like 3 episodes. They continuously retell you the background story for these characters in this hyper broken, really gross way. And it, like, Asta is so annoying. Because all he does is scream at the top of his lungs, and that's a lot. But somewhere around, like, the 15 or so episode mark, it just starts to, like, build a head of steam, and it goes, man. Like, they have no...
It goes.
They don't know how to go, like, dip below a 10. They're like, no, full steam all the time. Push past your limits.
And it's funny, too. See, I'm on the opposite. I actually liked Black Clover when it had first started. I was actually like about it. Like the recaps were bad. Like I'm not gonna lie, the recaps were bad. But like the thing was like I see where people were like, oh, it takes a little bit of this and that. But I was like, at the end of the day, yeah, it's still a shonen. But I think the biggest criticism that always got me was like, Austin and Yuno are basically Naruto and Sasuke, and I'm like, no, they're not.
Well, we're gonna do a whole episode on this one day, but I'm gonna say this right now, make people real mad. They are Naruto and Sasuke done well. Because Naruto and Sasuke are bad.
I agree to that. I agree to that. They're Naruto and.
Oh, you cut out again. Oh no.
I'm here.
You should turn up your gain. It's the button in the back of your mic because your volume does nothing for it. It's gain that does it. Fun fact, guys: if you have a cool like microphone, you do any kind of YouTube recording or streaming, your volume button doesn't affect anything but your own headphone volume. It gets you. They hide the real dial in the back of your Blue Yeti if that's what you use.
Yes, I turned up my gain.
Thank you.
Let's try that. Anyway, okay, but no. Yeah, no, I do agree. I think Naruto and I think Asta Yuno are better. Naruto and Sasuke, their rivalry is actually built upon their friendship. Where with Naruto and Sasuke, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? And for me, it was easier to get behind them because I knew at the end of the day they were still bros.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They care about each other and they're okay with showing it, but they're competitive. Like they remind me of like childhood friends. Like they want the exact same thing, and they're both going to go at it. And they both like acknowledge the other one is good, but admit that they're better.
Exactly. So it's really good, but like I think it's so much like it's you know what I mean? Like, and I was really about it. Another thing that I really liked about Black Clover, and this was even when I was reading the manga, and I think most people realize this now, is that the pacing of Black Clover is pretty much breakneck.
Yeah.
Like after Asta joins the Black Bulls, arcs just breeze. You breeze through arcs. Like you go from Asta joining the Black Bulls to like his first mission, meeting Noel, and then like that whole first section is like the first like 2 volumes of Black Clover or something like that. 2-3 volumes.
They have a very like constant rise. It's a similar pacing to like the way My Hero did like their pacing, except for like My Hero is a longer hero's journey. Like it's meant to like watch you. Yeah. You're meant to watch Izuku get good and how he learns how to be an actual hero. So it takes a little longer and watches him kind of fluctuate and grow into his power. And then Asta, on the other hand, is like somebody who is basically... It's kind of closer to Fire Force, where they are already in the thick of things. They're already like licensed knights and they have to fight. So they're constantly going up against higher and higher echelons of people. And I like it a lot. Anyway, this has been our mini subsection on Diatribe on Black Clover.
Yes. No, but hype for the movie. Definitely. Can't wait. Sad to see.
Oh, look at this. Is that an Aaron? Aaron made it. Give me a sec. Guys, those of you on the stream, everything should be getting fixed and coming online now. And we're back. Everybody's here. You can see us all. Aaron's got a very yellow shirt. Very, very mustard yellow, like, sweater, which is... It looks nice on him, but it's you're in Texas. Why?
Well, I just flew in from New Orleans.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had the white shirt. How was the festival? Aaron just got back from a film festival showing one of our short films from Roman Bear. Which one were you showing?
Cash Creditor Combat. It's good to know Scott's keeping up on the producer side of things.
Yeah, I'm real good at this.
Yeah, it was fun. Did a lot of walking, very tired, but I'm here today to talk anime.
So, I do want to double back on one of the news topics. We're about to wrap up the news, but since you're here, there is one specifically I want your take on, because I think out of all of us, you are the potentially only, but definitely biggest fan of the show in the group. Did you hear about the Attack on Titan news?
No. Is it... Okay, I'm going to try and guess what it is, because I haven't heard it. But is it that they are not actually wrapping up the show with these next couple episodes, but are actually going to have a part 2 to season 4?
You're very close. So literally only episode 76, the last episode only, will not air until winter season of 2022. Aaron's gone
There he
again,
goes.
guys. I'll switch the feed back. It's just us.
Why do they keep doing this to me?
I'm sorry, buddy.
Had a heated gamer moment. No, that's what the kids are saying. No, that's I saw something like that coming because while the show is kind of rapidly reaching a conclusion of sorts, it does not feel like they're anywhere near the end. At least not that they could wrap up in another 1 or 2 episodes. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was. Now I know nothing about what's happening in the show, but I was theorizing with Sharif that they're going to do a really big, really like in-depth OVA for episode 76, and that's why they're not just taking like a few months; they're taking an 18-month hiatus to do this last episode. So I'm assuming it's going to be like a 1-hour
That's really weird.
thing.
Like, well, just call it a movie then.
Yeah.
Just do a movie. Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just make it into a film.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I guess there was kind of a hope they would manage to pull it off because the way this last season worked,
The
was
final
basically
season.
Yeah, the final season. Yeah, the final season as advertised in the intro, is they had like this really slow start. Like, it was like watching a different show. You were like, wait, what? So now you're spending time with all these people who you do not know, who don't really like, and it's cleverly done to kind of like give you a kind of give a little more weight to the mid-season where everything just goes bananas for like 3 whole episodes, just nonstop. Like, it's the kind of action you wish other anime pulled off well, where it's like there's no pause button. We're just going.
If
It's
you
going
want
hard.
that, watch Black Clover. Just to throw it back.
I've heard Black
Whatever.
Clover is good for that. Yeah, but it very much kind of deals some really heavy blows. It takes its time setting up to make that mid-season part feel that much more harsh. But then they re-slowed it down again. So it's like, okay, cool. And then these last couple episodes, we're ramping back up to something. Okay, cool. So then, you know, we're almost at the climax. We're almost at the high point. And then they're gonna wait 18 months to show me.
Yeah, man. Like, so
Rude.
That's what's happening. I know.
That's called edging in the industry. And it's not cool. Don't blue ball me.
Dude, like I was
running midway through the year, can't finish the movie, and the world has blue balls forever.
Oh man, yeah, I was super surprised that this happened. I was genuinely not expecting them to do something like this. I saw all this hype and everybody very excited.
I guess I just wasn't expecting so long. That's so long.
Yeah, that was my thing. It was like, oh, I could see it getting delayed maybe because the final manga chapters air in May. So I was like, oh, maybe they just want to delay it out. But, like, because it's most likely that, like, I believe winter season normally starts in November. And it's November 2022 then, and that's wild.
My lips are super red. I mean, I look amazing, but I don't know what is with the contrast.
I don't
on
know.
this.
I'm going to just... I like my new webcam that I have. I think I look very nice now.
Oh, yeah, you do look a lot more crisp now.
Yeah, I have a full HD webcam with a ring light built in. So, eventually we're going to get one for both of you. So we can all be super pretty.
So then you can see my beautiful red lips.
But anyway, with that kind of brings an end to the news stories for the day. So we're gonna actually we're gonna be doing our first ever spring anime like review. We're gonna be looking at a lot of the spring anime shows coming out, and we're gonna each end up by the end of the show picking 2 shows that we are looking forward to or just intrigued by. And between all 3 of us, there will be 6 shows in total chosen, and we will all watch at least the first 2 episodes of the shows, and once they've all aired, we will do a follow-up episode discussing specifically those 6 that we mention and look at. So we're going to pull up a website called AniChart. I'm going to drop a link into chat for you guys if anybody wants to jump on the website and kind of try and follow along. Also, secondary heads up for everybody here in Chatland. We might watch some trailers. If we do, I will drop you guys the YouTube link into the Twitch chat, but we're not going to show them on stream just because copyright video things are annoying and they could ruin the channel. So we're not going to bother with any video. So once everybody's got that up, I guess so how do you guys want to tackle this? Do you guys want to just kind of go like show by show? That there's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I want to reveal
6,
a little
7,
bit of behind the scenes here.
9.
I asked Scott this at the beginning of the week because I was like, "Hey, how are we doing this?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it. It'll be fine." And now here we are, him asking me how we're gonna do this.
Well, I meant, like, do you guys want to like tackle the shows one by one, or do we want to kind of read them off and just choose the ones we think sound neat as we go? Because
Why don't we each choose like a favorite that we want to kind of like that seems intriguing to us, and then
there's only 51 shows, so we can go through them all.
Okay, for those of us with a life.
Well, I can definitely pick one of like at least like one that I'm definitely probably gonna watch. Interested in watching?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Sharif, if you want to pick one, we can kind of just shotgun this, right? Like, as we look through, we'll pick out one. We'll look at the thing. Whoever's picking that one can read the little synopsis, maybe, and give everybody a brief heads up or part of the synopsis. So, Sharif, which one are we looking at?
Okay, so the first, you already know. I'm gonna watch Card Fight.
Sharif just totally broke up.
Just Card Fight Vanguard Overdress.
Oh, yeah, that makes too much sense. Let's find that one here on the list. How far down the page is it?
Yeah. I'm totally so for people in the chat that don't know, like I like my card game anime, so the only reason I like Card Fight Vanguard is a very near and dear card game to me, okay? And I really want to check this one out, not because all of Card Fight Vanguard's anime is actually free to watch on their YouTube channel.
Yep.
But Overdress is such a far departure from everything that they've done prior. I'm super invested into they got a new animation studio, and the animation looks definitely going to be way more story focused or story driven than seasons prior. Not saying the other ones were less, but it looks like it's Vanguard with a coat of paint on it. I'm super excited
for us to check out.
Yeah.
If you guys want to pull it up, I'm gonna drop it into. I just want to list anime. That's all I want to do. Rick gets me. I dropped it into the Twitch chat, so you guys can click that link, and once everybody has it loaded up, we can do the watch. It's at 2 minutes. I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing, but we can definitely check it out and see what we think of this.
All right, let me grab my stuff here.
Yeah, we won't watch the trailers for everything. I think I personally need Aaron to see a Card Fight Vanguard anime, and this one, it's called Overdress. Like, the other Card Fight ones are very like typical Yu-Gi-Oh-esque fare. They're called like G, and like stuff like that. It's always like just like simple, like what do you expect from a Beyblade or Yu-Gi-Oh show. This one is called Overdress, and I need to know.
I can't even find it. Like
I
know you
dropped
it
the
in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Funimation. It's on Funimation's channel, obviously. Weirdly enough.
Yep. Funimation and Crunchyroll get a lot of these like on there too, even though they're free on YouTube.
Are we only looking at TV shows?
We're looking specifically at the. Okay, so if you're on any chart, you're going to the spring season.
Yep.
And just the ones under TV.
Oh, dang it. The one that I was like hoping to watch isn't on there. Because it's considered OVA or special?
Yeah, it's probably an extra thing. It's OVAs are not full seasons. We're talking full seasons today. We We can give special mentions to stuff in the OVAs at the end.
Well,
I was
yeah,
gonna say I
yeah.
want to watch the life of a house husband.
Is that under OVA?
You know what I'm talking about?
That's weird that it's there. That is.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was on TV before. Now it's here.
yeah, no, that is a full series that is going to be on Netflix. So that one I think would count.
Yeah, that counts.
Okay,
that
I
counts.
do want to watch this one. Okay, I'll read the synopsis. For some reason, it's only showing the Japanese name. I can't actually get the English name. But I'm pretty sure it's Life of a House Husband. Or
Yes, I
something
believe
like that.
you are. The Way of the House Husband.
Way of the House Husband. That's correct. That's right. He was the fiercest member of the Yakuza, a man who left countless underworld legends in his wake. They called him the Immortal Dragon, but one day he walked away from it all to travel another path, the path of the House Husband. The curtain rises on this cozy Yakuza comedy. So that just says it all right there, folks. If you don't want to watch something like that, then, what are you
That
doing?
looks really fun. We'll watch this Vanguard trailer real quick if you guys want to watch it together, and then we'll jump into talk about House Husband. I don't know if you guys want to watch the trailer for that one too, but we can try and find it if you want to.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can. We can.
All right, when you guys are ready, I'll count us in. Once everybody's got their
Okay.
their trailer loaded up.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
Okay, 3,
I got it.
2, play.
地球によく似た惑星クレイ
It is not a lie. That is the planet Prey.
あまたの英雄たちの活躍によって世界の平穏は守られていた
Don't worry, chat can hear all the Japanese.
しかし神々の消失により世界は鼓動をやめ
Oh no, the
息
gods
を
disappeared.
潜めたそして
Now 3,000 years have
歳
passed.
月は世
Wow.
界のありようを
Okay.
変えてしまったそこに生きる
Okay.
すべてのものの生き方さえも
Oh, okay.
ケテルサンクチュアリ度重なる
Alright, so
What?
天才により独裁が進む
I'm a little-
閉鎖的な神聖
I have no idea what this is about yet. They're just doing world building in this trailer.
Yeah, it's
I
just
feel
the
like
world
this is-
building.
It's not like I feel like this isn't a trailer. This is just the opening to the show.
Yeah, you know, like when the shows do that, like they give you that full history of the universe every episode.
Yup.
Yeah.
Like One Piece did it for the first few. It still does it. It's like in a world where pirates like set off for the Grand Line. They're 1,000 episodes in, and they still do it.
I'm wondering where the card aspect comes in. Do they fight their battles with cards?
Okay, I'm calling it on this trailer. This trailer has failed
Okay,
me.
yeah.
Um,
I know nothing about this show besides the world itself. I have no knowledge of what the central conflict is and or what cards have to do with it.
this
Yeah,
trailer did not sell it at all. It's great.
It really didn't.
Failed me.
So I want you to understand, like, that is, if you type in Cardfight Vanguard Overdress on YouTube, it is the first video that pops up from Funimation, and it says Cardfight Vanguard Overdress official trailer. So that is the trailer, and all it is 3 minutes of them giving us lore and explaining the backdrop history of
Okay, but
The world.
but like, you know, if we were using YouTube correctly, we would have quickly noticed the first video at the top of the list right next to it, which is Vanguard Overdress All You Need to Know, which
okay.
sounds like a better trailer for the show.
We'll just go watch all
You know
17
what?
minutes of that video. And
We
we'll
done
understand.
goofed, guys. We done goofed. We should have clicked the one that said TV animation.
Well, it's too late. It failed. It gave us the wrong one.
we done,
It gave it.
done
It,
goofed.
it, it has
I'm
failed
still
me.
gonna watch it. I'm still gonna
Hey,
watch it.
you
It's
know what?
not my studio.
That's the rules. Whatever you end up picking at the end, we all have to watch. We don't have a say in this. We only have to watch 2 episodes.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
I don't feel like we need to watch Way of the House Husband because I think the I think the description says it all. I think it.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer, I think, before, and it's fun. But it kind of reminds me of like Devil is a Part-Timer with that kind of slice of life with the kind of bizarre backdrop.
Yeah, which I don't know. This is like anime news from several weeks ago, but it's getting a second season. Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is wild because that show came out when we were in college.
Yeah, like I guess they just figured like the people who watched it remember it fondly, and they were like, "What if we just did a second season, guys?" And they're like, "Oh, okay, sure."
So the show that my show, one of the shows I really want to talk about, and I've talked about it a bunch. So this is we're not doing official picks yet. We're just going over things that we think are cool looking or look weird for right now. But one I want to give a shout out right at the beginning. I've mentioned it before. Is of course Shaman King. If you guys don't know, Shaman King is an old school Shonen Jump title from the late 90s into the early 2000s. It is about a boy named Yo Asakura who was raised as a shaman. That's somebody who can see ghosts and spirits. And he is fighting to become the Shaman King, which is a giant global tournament where you fight to become the one person who controls the ultimate spirit. The one that is basically like the world tree and God combined. So it's very cool, like shonen battle trope. It's got some cool, unique aspects to it. It does a lot of little things that kind of subvert your expectations of how a finale should work. But it's a brand new animation. The original one is from like 2001. It's kind of old.
Yeah.
It looks nice, but it's all standard definition. This is a anniversary show, and it looks super pretty. And it has the updated character designs for the more troublesome fellows looking at you, Choco. So that is something I'm really looking forward to. What I'm trying to see is where it's going to be airing in the U.S. because I don't know if they have to. Sharif, do you know if that's a thing they put here? Like who's going to have
they
it?
should. They should. I know for that one. I know it's definitely going to be on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll definitely seems like. Oh no, it's a Netflix.
I know
it isn't. Netflix is going to have it. I think weirdly enough.
Yeah, we Netflixing that then.
Though
we Netflixing that.
I don't know when it's going to air because like April 1st is when it comes out, but I don't know when it's actually going to drop. That's because I would love to put that on my list, but I don't know if it's going to be out in a reasonable time frame. Now, Vanguard starts on the 3rd, but that's just going to be on Funimation and on YouTube. So
yeah. I'm just definitely gonna watch it on YouTube.
Anybody else see anything fun they want to look at on this list that looks wild?
Oh, I actually.
If not, I'm just gonna pick something. From now, like anytime anybody doesn't have anything loaded up, I will just click a box and then we have to talk about it. So that's an open thread.
Oh no!
it's like we're in trouble. I was actually gonna say Zero, the fairy tale like sequel spinoff thing.
You know, I know nothing about that show. I know that it's the next thing that Mishima made. I know that it looked kind of neat, and everybody still looks like his characters because he only has like 3.
Yes.
He draws Lucy and Natsu and Happy and Plu. Those are the 4 characters he knows how to draw, and they're fantastic and highly versatile.
So I'm upset that nobody's talking about Odd Taxi, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that one next.
Yeah, but it takes place 11 months after the ending of Fairy Tail, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's what it has here. So
wait, it's an actual sequel to Fairy Tail?
It takes place 11 months after. It's like a year, almost a year later.
But Eden Zero looks like it's in fucking space.
That's the next logical step. Obviously.
I'm trying to find it in the big ass list of cartoons here.
Just like Sword Art Online, you know, you go regular RPG, you go Fairy Tale, and then you go Space Cowboy Laser Boys.
Yeah, man, that's just how it works.
It's a fairy tale adventure in space, basically what I gathered from the synopsis.
So Star
I mean, yes, anime Star Wars.
I actually don't see it on the spring list. Am I missing it? Am I crazy?
It should
What
be
shows
there.
are near it?
It should be if you're on the spring section.
Yeah.
Should be under TV.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be, but you know.
Yeah, man. After the grand finale. Back with Great Adventure.
I like Fairy Tail. I don't like every decision I don't like how every Fairy Tail.
I don't know. So I don't know if it is a sequel or not, because I feel like that sentence could be read multiple ways. It says 11 months after the grand finale of Fairy Tail, master mangaka Hiro Mishima is back with a great adventure beyond imagination. So that could be read either he wrote it 11 months after, or
that's what it sounds like.
Which is I think what it means.
Are you? Maybe it could mean that. I thought I was reading like 11 months after the ending of Fairy Tail.
No, so like the way it's phrasing it, it sounds like after this writer finished up this one, he's coming back with a brand new series.
Maybe
that's what it kind of sounds like.
A whole new world with a whole new attitude, but you still got to catch them all and be the best that you can be. Dropping some JoJo knowledge on you.
Oh my god. No, but I think
Aaron is so nonplussed with us.
I like Fairy Tail. My thing with Fairy Tail was like a lot of the ending bits of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like every time the stakes always ramped up, it was like I feel like some of the stuff that always happened in Fairy Tail was kind of cheap, and I was just like,
yeah,
but still enjoyed it.
I liked Fairy Tail a lot. I had a lot of fun with the whole series, but I do agree the last arc is similar in like having some weak sauce to it, like the way Naruto does, right? Where like the ninja war just goes on way too long. Like Fairy Tail's a little quicker than that.
We don't get to choose a time limit for war. Bear.
It's a war that in actual like world time takes about 2 fucking days. and in our world spanned I think 5 years.
We were in that war for a long time.
I think it's like a third of the Shippuden run or something. It's very long.
Most of the people were asleep for it, you know.
That's not lying at all. That's a real thing that happens. I really wish that they put on here like where it's going to be airing. Because I would like to know where I could find these.
Let me do a little check here. Let me do
Crunchyroll, source Crunchyroll. So or, no, that's the source for the bio. So I don't know.
Okay, so while you guys are learning more about this, I'm gonna talk about Odd Taxi.
Yeah, I'm gonna scroll through.
It looks adorable, and I have to see it. And the worst part is that if you click on it to try and access the like about page, it takes you to their Twitter page, and it's mostly a picture of this guy in the walrus costume, and he looks adorable. And it's like 5 days to go, 4 days to go. It's pretty amazing. I want to know who this walrus character is. He is a walrus who looks like a Ron Swanson type of individual, you know, kind of not approachable, very gruff looking, but he's wearing a bright red Hawaiian shirt and what appears to be a NASA hat. So all right, so I'm gonna try and read what I can see in this little box.
Yeah.
The taxi driver Otokawa lives in a very mundane life, or lives a very mundane life. He has no family, doesn't really hang out with others, and he's an oddball who is narrow-minded and doesn't talk much. So I think that's going to be our walrus character. The only people he can call his friends are his doctor, Goriki, and his classmate from high school, Kakibana. All his patrons seem to be, and then it cuts off there, and I can't read the rest.
If you click it, it'll expand more.
That's what I did.
Wait, all of his patrons seem to be slightly odd themselves. The college student who wants the world to notice him online, a nurse named with secrets named Shirakawa, a comedy duo that just can't catch a break called the Homo Sapiens, a local hoodlum named Dobu, and an idol group that's just starting out named Mystery Kiss. So
Love it.
It looks like they're like anthropomorphic animals, and I guess this is gonna be like a. So it says it's a drama mystery, so I guess it's gonna be about him driving them places and learning about their lives.
See, that's interesting. Like, I'm looking at it thinking it's gonna be like a slice of life comedy, but it's a drama and a mystery, so I'm really hooked. They're cute. They're cute designs too. Like the animation looks playful, and I guess not mainstream. I guess I would say, for the other animes that seem to be on this list.
Yeah, that looks kind of neat. I feel like I should have pulled up the Crunchyroll and Funimation spring catalogs so we could like cross-reference this, and I will do it before the end of the show. But yeah, I'm doing that now.
I'll throw another one on just as an honorable mention because it caught my eye. The art style did, at least for the poster art, is Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood.
Ooh.
I don't know if anybody saw that one while scrolling.
I didn't.
No, I didn't.
So the premise is. Mm-hmm. So the premise is the year is 1931. Prince Tokugawa Yoshinobu is 94 years old and holds absolute control over Japan. Remnants of the Meiji era's culture can be seen around the city, but scientific technology and Japanese esoteric cosmology, onmyodo, are also developing, exuding a sense of modernity. Yet lurking behind the glitz is Kuchinawa, a dissident group planning the assassination of the prince and effectively the fall of the regime. Tasked to extinguish these dissidents is Nue, the government's secret executioner group. Sawa Yakimura, who works for this organization, suffered from an early age at the hands of a Kuchinawa boss. Her entire family was murdered, and she dedicated her life to avenging their death. So kind of got like a period drama.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
Always fun.
Yeah.
The art style caught my eye, and it looks like the studio that's working on it, Bakken Record, doesn't really have anything under their belt, at least nothing that's showing when I click on it.
That's kind of neat.
But the producers... Oh, there's a trailer. Ooh, the thumbnail for the trailer looks cool. The producers... One of the producers worked on like a couple of the Sword Art Online movies? I guess they were movies? Sword Art Online, Alicization, War of the Underworld, and Sword Art Online Progressive, Hoshi Naki Yori no Aria. I don't know what those are.
I have no idea. It looks cool though. Like that is a very cool poster. I like the like kind of.
It's a striking piece of art.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
As a quick aside, and I think we will remember to do this going forward, just to be. Because I think the three anime places all of us can get access to through various means are Netflix, Funimation, and Crunchyroll. So I think those are the three easiest ones for us all to get access to. Those are the ones that generally places get new anime. So I'm going to read through some of the titles that are definitively being released I'm going to start with Crunchyroll, and then we'll go to Funimation. So we have, of course, My Hero Season 5, Tokyo Revengers,
Hell yeah.
To Your Eternity, Zombieland Saga Revenge Season 2,
Yeah.
Soma Spider So What, The Slime Diaries, which is another spin-off of getting reincarnated as a slime. Joren, the Princess of Snow and Blood, is one of them. They also have Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nogataro, Cardfight Vanguard, Fairy, Ranmaru, Farewell, My Dear Kramer, the final season of Furuba, Hige Hero, After Being Rejected, I Shaved and Took in a High School Runaway. That's going to be an episode someday soon, because I want to know why modern animes have such long names. We're going to go in on it one day.
I assume my short answer, barring the future episode, is that in its kanji form, it's just much more condensed, and you could just fit it on a poster, so you can make the title as descriptive and as long as you want.
That would make sense. That sounds cool. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord Omega. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. Kokimo Odd Taxi is going to be on Crunchyroll.
Yes.
And that it looks like they have a bunch of other. If the boxes are to be correct, they have at least 8 other shows that are going to be revealed at some point in the near future. So that'll be cool. And then jumping over to Funimation to see if they have anything different. Combatants Will Be Dispatched is unique here. Megalo Box 2 Nomad, which, you know what, while I'm on it, I'm going to get into that. So I don't know if any of you guys watched Megalo Box. So no. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson on what this is. So there are 2 major boxing manga in the manga sphere. One is Hajime no Ippo, which may be my favorite series of all time. 2 is Champion Joe. Champion Joe is a pretty old series. It is about a guy named Joe in the slums of post-World War II Japan who gets into boxing. And it's all about, like, him just being a boxer and, like, coming up, and I think one of his first major fights is against, like, an American GI who's a jerk and stuff like that. Yeah. Megalo Box was a revival series they did 2 or 3 years ago in this kind of post-apocalyptic futuristic setting where boxing had shifted away from people fighting with actual, like, normal, just their own strength, and instead they now use these things called God, what was it called? It's something gear, it's like Mega Gear or something, I don't know. But they use this, like, apparatus that enhances their strength, helps them move and react and stuff. And it's still like a blood sport, still a combat sport, but it's more and more about the machinery and less about the, like, physical person behind it. And it's pretty cool because the first season is on Netflix, so it's pretty easy to watch. You can also watch it on, I think, Funimation and probably Crunchyroll. It's only like 12 or 13 episodes.
Okay.
But
the artwork looked cool, so I didn't see it on there, and I wasn't sure. It looked like a sequel to something, so I was like, oh, I don't know what the first one is. Yeah, Series 2 is called Nomad, and I'm really excited for it. It takes place, I guess, a few months later to like, see what's coming up next with Joe after Megalonia, which I'm really excited about. So that's something that is a maybe for me, because I don't know if I want to make you guys jump in the middle of that. They also have, this is one that I'm sure there is somebody who is going to mention this one regardless, but I'll read it because it's on the Funimation list. Do you want to guess what it is? Which one I've just come across? Do you want to try, Sharif?
I think I know what it is. I think I know.
Oh, you're gone. You're completely gone. All your audio left.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
I don't know what.
I don't know. Maybe turn your mic, because I think your mic is just not facing you enough.
Maybe. Let me try bringing it in the shot.
Yeah, maybe. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's try that. But no, is it The World Ends With You?
Is The World Ends With You.
Yeah.
Sharif, you want to try and give a synopsis of The World Ends With You without looking at it? Do you think you could break it down for us?
Because I've bought that game like 3 times. I got you. So The World Ends With. Oh, okay. Hold on. Make sure I'm nice and close. All right. So The World Ends With You is a video game, which is now recently getting an anime adaptation about a 15-year-old kid named Neku Sakuraba who does not get along with people. He's super antisocial. But he does find himself waking up in the middle of the Shibuya crossing, unaware of what's going on. He's got a timer glued to his hand, and he's in this alternate plane of reality called the Underground, where which he must participate in this game called the Reaper's game, where if he doesn't learn how to cooperate with other people, he can be erased from existence. That is the premise.
Also, if you get the game, it's a lot about paying attention to the fashion sense that's going on right now, and getting the Gothic Lolita clothes is top tier.
Yes.
Slowly
It's
hovering
my favorite
butters.
video game. Yep. Favorite video game of all time. I will definitely say that's probably one of all time. And I'm definitely super ready for this anime to come out. And the sequel for the game too. So I'm forever.
Yeah, man. Like I'm still so surprised that that's finally happening. So continuing on through what else is coming out on Funimation, Shadow's House is coming out. The new Gridman, Dyna Zenon. I don't believe it's a sequel. I think it is another. I think it's another in this series because they did do a Gridman show a few years ago. A new Hetalia is coming out. I don't know if anybody will ever watch those. They're not my bag, but they exist. Full Dive, the ultimate next gen full dive RPG, is even shittier than the real life. That's the name of a show.
That is the title.
Eventually we need to gamify this, and I want to see people like sniping at people in weird ways. I don't know how I'm gonna gamify it.
You know what we should do? We should take Western movies or TV shows and make ridiculously long titles for them.
anime title Western shows. That sounds amazing. Okay, the next one is the Saints' magic powers omnipotent. Mars Red is coming out there. Dragon goes house hunting. Moriarty the Patriot is continuing. Blue Reflection Ray. Battle Athletes Victory. The Demon Lord show is coming there. Zombieland Saga is continuing there. More Black Clover. More One Piece. Yada yada. So, Back Arrow looks neat. Kingdom. It looks crazy, but I haven't seen the other seasons. So yeah, those are the confirmed ones for Funimation and for Crunchyroll, just so we have a loose guiding star when picking these for the ones that we're actually going to make people listen to and watch.
Sweet.
So as you guys look through, are there any other ones that just like catch your eye? Because there are so many of these shows. Like
there are a lot, and so many of them look similar. Like so they start to like blend together.
I don't know what it is.
Here,
I want to point out it is under Cardfight Vanguard dress and above Thunderbolt Fantasy if you're in like the one view, but it's called Gloomy the Naughty Grizzly. And
I do not see that. Where is that?
It's Itazora Guma no Gloomy. There is a pink teddy bear.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I don't know what
I
this
you're
is,
talking about.
but I'm finding us a trailer, and I think we need to watch this.
It's horror.
Gloomy.
Bear, it's horror.
Naughty.
He has blood all over him.
It's fine. I need to watch this.
You know, you could just click on the thing and they pull up the trailer for it.
Do they really?
Yeah. If you just click on it and open up its like about page, usually there's a trailer linked.
I'm gonna do that then. All right, guys.
All right. Yeah. No.
Okay, I'm making a
I'm
big
ready.
screen for me. Everybody ready? 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Ready.
Play.
これは僕と
Oh no!
僕の
It's
一番
the
の
story of
友
me
達
and
の
my
話
best friend.
幼い頃
When I was
す
small,
ごい大
I
事
had a
にしてた
teddy bear that I
ク
loved
マのぬ
very
いぐるみ
much.
があってねでも
But
知らない
mommy
間
threw
に
him away
マ
without
マに捨
telling
てら
me
れたん
just
だ
because his ear was
耳が
torn.
ちぎれただけなのに
Oh no, he's gonna kill
That's
mommy.
the story long
None
before
of
you
mine
came
are.
along.
だから最初
I was really
すごい
shocked
び
at
っくり
first
したんだ
because you looked just like that
君が
teddy
そのぬい
bear.
ぐるみにそっくりで色は
Coloring
違
is
うけど
different, but you gazed
僕
at
を
me
見つめる
exactly
瞳
like
なん
he
か
did.
そっくり
Of course, you had both
当然
ears.
だけどちゃんと耳もついててね
Where's the turn coming?
I
神
thought,
様ありが
thank
と
God,
う
I'll never
も
let
う
you be
絶対
thrown
捨てたり
away
なんかしま
again.
せんって思ったの
Why do animals grow faster than
ど
human
うして人間より
beings?
早く大人になっちゃうんだろうグルーミーは
Gloomy, you're
力
so
が強
strong,
い
or are we
な
humans weak?
人間が弱すぎるのかな。本当のところ
Honestly, what do
動物
animals
って
think
人
of
間
us
のことを
humans?
どう思ってるんだろう。いつかグルーミー
I
と
want to talk
お
with
話で
Gloomy
きたらいいな。
someday.
2021年4月テレビシリーズアニメーショ
This
ンいたずら熊のグル
looks
ーミー放
wild.
送決定。
What is happening?
I don't know.
本当に僕のことが好きなんだね。
Okay, I want everybody to understand. I'll give people kind of a visual for those who aren't watching the stream. So the beginning, everything that Scott narrated was like hand doodles, like cute little drawings, and like towards the part where like the bear grows really fast, he just like starts to beat down on this little boy and just is covered with blood. And then at the very end, it goes into this crazy, like 3D animated, weird. It's just glitchy and weird, and I don't think I really saw any full frames of animation.
No, I am
So
terrified.
I still have absolutely no idea what this anime is about.
I don't either. I'm scared, but there's part of me that needs to see what this is.
It literally says, like, the tagline for this, or not the tagline, but the synopsis is basically, Gloomy is an abandoned little bear who is rescued by Pity. At first he is cute and cuddly, but becomes more wild as he grows up. Since bears do not become attached to people like dogs by nature, Gloomy constantly attacks Pity even though he is his owner. So it just sounds like an anime where you're watching this bear, like, attack his
And
owner.
try to murder his owner
every
every episode.
day. Every episode is just a new way in which the bear like attacks the boy.
Oh man, that's horrifying. There's so many different shows coming out. Like there's a new Bakugan and a new Duel Masters coming out.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's something called Mazika Party, which looks like another like trying to sell kids in Japan toys. Anime.
The best way to visualize how bad I am with anime, like compared to the knowledge of my two co-hosts, is that my knowledge of all these animes stopped right after My Hero, which is the first thing on the list.
Yep. Aaron is once again our layman.
I'm once again asking
okay.
you to tell me about anime.
So there's one that keeps catching my eye, because you guys, anybody that knows me knows I like a good fighting anime. I love Baki the Grappler, Kenichi the World's Strongest Disciple, all that stuff. I love that kind of thing. And there's one here called Cestus, the Roman Fighter. It says, in 54 AD, Cestus, a young boy orphaned by the Roman Empire and made a slave, is placed into a training school for pugilists. It is here that he begins his journey to defy fate and fight for his own freedom.
That does sound pretty cool. Where is that one?
Yeah, that does sound pretty neat.
It is right under Seven Knights Revolution and above Fairy Ranmaru. It is the biggest image is the guy with like a red headband holding his gauntlet like this, or his like wrapped hands.
He's got that. He's got the power of a demon.
I don't think there's a trailer for this.
Okay.
It's not airing until late into next month. It definitely looks interesting, but I don't know like where it's gonna be premiering or anything. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
I got something for you. Okay, so it looks like the kind of animation they used for Berserk, with the like 3D
CG.
Yeah, with the 2D kind of mapped onto it. Let me send.
See,
Hold on, let me. Can I just copy? Can I copy this? God,
Yeah, it doesn't look
let me
like
share it. Copy linked.
I can
tweet.
see everything's in Japanese on the website, so I can't see. Nothing's auto
Hold
translating.
on. I got you. It's not gonna be translated, but this is the best I could find on their Twitter page.
Okay.
This music that is playing in this trailer, though.
I'm into it. I like the music. I don't love the animation though.
Okay.
I didn't like it to the start.
I'm not a fan of the animation thus far. Nothing about it has really captured me. Yeah, it looks like that's the only thing they've put out thus far. Like, the premise of the show sounds pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I don't
Premise
know if I'm
screams
like...
up my
Yeah.
alley. Execution looks
The animation's really... Yeah, the animation's really holding me back here. As much as I, like, want to give the this new... Like, I want to give different anime styles a chance. Like, for example, I didn't think I would really catch on to the 3D stuff. I think Netflix was really the first to really start pushing that experiment.
Yeah, for sure. They started with like Aizen and like back in the day, or Ajin.
They had like the one that was in space with the like
Blame.
Yeah,
and then there's the robot
Yeah.
one. There was a few.
Yeah, there was one specifically I remember came out pretty early when they were trying that out, where they like live in space colonies, like the last of humanity lives in these big colonies out in space. Anyways, but like Beastars works amazing.
Beautiful.
Like I love Beastars. The animation doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I think it works in its favor. Even though I really love the hand-drawn styles of the manga itself.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the animation.
Yeah, it feels like they put a lot of like time and effort, and I think that's the issue with a lot of the series when they do the CGI. It doesn't look done right. Like it always looks kind of half baked. Like there's not enough in the environment for detail. The characters always still look like kind of stiff when they like do combat stuff, which is weird because like you have these really articulate 3D models that you can do anything with, and yet it looks like less work went into it than a drawn frame.
I think it's because we're trained to see, when we're looking at animation, where a lot of us are subconsciously looking at the fluidity of it because of that. Even though it's choppy, it creates a type of fluidity at when they animate it on twos. So like you're only seeing 12 frames per second as opposed to 24. And it creates this real fluidity and speed and I don't know, just intrigue where like. You don't have that with 3D models because you're just basically shooting it like you would shoot a real life thing.
Definitely.
But that doesn't mean you can't make it look cool. Obviously, you only have to turn to Spider-Verse to see how incredible you can make 3D animation look.
I was gonna say too, and the timing. The timing on that is also different on that too.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. That's animated on twos, or at least Miles Morales is animated on twos at the beginning of the film. Peter Parker is actually animated on ones. And as the film goes on, Miles Morales is animated on ones because he is...
becoming Spider-Man.
He's become Spider-Man. He's become the full character. So at first, when he's animated on twos, it looks like he's like clumsy and it's jittery animation, where Spider-Man looks smooth. And as it goes on, he gets that fluidity, that smoothness, which is just such good use of technique in storytelling. It's so cool. I could talk about Spider-Verse all day, and I can't wait for the sequel coming out in 2022.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
We've been going for just over an hour now, hour 20. So I think we're gonna, while there is like another 30 fucking shows that we could look through. Like there's so many ones like
a lot of shows.
A lot of it, like you guys pointed out, kind of looks samey, or maybe just not our kind of show. So out of all the stuff you guys have seen here, whether it's something we've already mentioned or something you just want to take a pot shot at, we'll go round robin and each pick a show one at a time. Aaron, what do you want to be your first choice?
I think Way the House Husband would be too obvious, so I'm gonna go with the... Wait, is the teddy bear one on something we can watch?
I can't find it.
Okay, so we'll say I'll stick with House Husband then, because I genuinely want to watch that show.
All right. So House Husband is the first one, I believe, that airs on. It's going to be a Netflix show, so the whole series will go up at once. So I guess if you guys get into it, feel free to watch the whole thing. Pulling it up to see the release date, because it should be on here. April 8th is it what it looks like.
Nice.
So if you guys wanted to watch it at home, April 8th, it should be going up on Netflix, the whole series. Looks very cool. I've been excited for that one for a minute after one of our regulars, Hagraven, pointed it out to us. Sharif, you want to take the next one? What do you got? What are you looking at?
I'm actually looking at. The more I look at Eden Zero, I think I really would like to watch Eden Zero. Pot shot that one.
Okay, so let's check Eden Zero to make sure. Because I don't recall reading it off on. Did I read it on either Funimation or?
Well, it's in 12 days, so actually.
Well, so I think.
That's a little...
Well, based on the series we're picking, I think we're going to be doing our follow-up episode to this either at the end of April or the beginning of May. So, because I think probably May, the first week of May, we'll do our follow-up episode. So all these series have a chance to get their first couple episodes out, and we can check them out. I'm just not seeing where it's airing stateside. That's what I'm looking for. Clicking on.
I was gonna say, if not Eden Zero, I know Vanguard. I think this week or next week. I think it's like this week.
Their Twitter's taking forever.
Vanguard. I said Vanguard Zero. I said Vanguard.
So, if you want, we can put Eden Zero down for now, and we can, if we find that it's not airing anywhere, because it looks like it might be a Netflix show. Which is
Netflix.
Unexpected. Why don't...
Well, that would be cool if it did go up on Netflix, because then we could watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the April releases for Netflix, and I'm gonna see what's if that's where it's gonna air, because it says Netflix when I click on the thing, like it's got a link to Netflix and everything for where it's streaming.
Yeah.
So it says that it starts on April 11th.
Ooh. Gotcha.
So let's check that out and see if on April 11th we have this. Man, it's a pain in the ass to track down where anime is. There's so many places. So I don't see it on American Netflix. I'll do some research. I'm gonna put it down for you, Eden Zero, and we will track it down. I'm going to put that I have to find it on my list. I'm sure we have ways.
Gotcha. We will bridge that when it comes out, but I know Vanguard like the middle of this week. Which that's going to be on YouTube, so
yeah, that one I think is going to be a no-brainer to find.
Yeah.
I'm like looking through all this stuff. All these things.
I don't know.
Because I also, like, because I think Shaman King has a similar problem where I don't know where Shaman King is airing. I can't find it anywhere. And it makes me a little sad that I can't find a spot for where it's going to be showing up. So what I think I'm going to start with is even though I know it's a series 2 and not all of us have watched it, I'm going to say Megalo Box. I suspect that it might be standalone enough. A show.
I mean, I might watch the first season regardless. It sounds cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds pretty interesting. I might watch the first season. Because it's on Netflix, right? I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, I can check that out.
And they're short series, which is great.
Okay, cool.
It's only 12 episodes. It is a rather short, runtime. It's really cool. I like it a lot. I had watched the first half of it, and then I just finished the second half, last week, because I was watching it as it was airing, and then I didn't have Funimation anymore, and I was sad, and I just found out that it was on Netflix. It's been on Netflix for a while, and I just never noticed it go up there. So I was super excited to finish that. So that's going to be my first pick. Who wants to take next?
How many picks do we get?
We each get 2.
Okay. I'm gonna toss it to Sharif because I do not know what I want.
Oh, just go pass the ball over.
Yeah.
I got to fumbling. I definitely, if I had, Megalo Box does sound a lot of fun. Like now that I'm just kind of like looking through everything.
I'll convert everybody to a big Megalo Box fan. That's my goal.
Megalo Box does seem. There is an isekai, that's coming out this season. That's like I think it'll be the beginning of next week though. It's the Maho. I'm
surprised.
Oh, it's a second season.
You're not. I'm surprised that you're not going with your either of your big ones. I'm very surprised here.
I mean, different. All right.
Hey, you do you, man. They're your picks.
You know, I was thinking maybe that one. I was seeing.
Which one was that again? You cut out on the name only.
Oh, well, it's a second season. I don't.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I've been trying to avoid second season ones, but like I just think Megalo Box is short enough.
Yeah, Megalo Box is pretty okay. Let me. I'm looking, and I'm just taking a gander here. There is this SSSS Dynamon by Studio, which it's Trigger. So
it's Trigger, and it is mecha. It's like
and that's my second favorite thing in mecha. Like
go with it, pick it.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's airing in 4 days.
All right. So that's your second one is going to be the Dyna Zenon.
Dyna Zenon. Yeah, let's do that. I need my big robots.
Big robots.
Yeah. So
honking robots.
Fun fact for you guys. This is just because I did some research. Is because when Gridman first came out, that's the other series in this line because it's Gridman spinoff. I had no idea what Gridman was, but they were hyping it like it was like a known quantity, and apparently it's an old toy line from like the 80s, from when like transforming mecha robots were like becoming the thing that just kind of faded away. And Trigger came back and just made a sequel series to it.
Hey, I'm about it. I mean, not to mention it's Trigger, so it's gonna probably look good if anything.
So I just watched the trailer because I had to know what we were getting into. It's cool because like the animation for everything besides the mecha is like 2D, kind of like Trigger's signature style, like real. How would I describe it? Real angular. And then the mechas themselves are 3D animated, and they're really colorful, which I like. I like that they're very bombastic with their colors. Like one's like purple and pink and just like has like golden like claws. It's like, okay, cool. We got some style. We got some flair to these, which is nice to see.
Yeah, you get them Power Ranger vibes.
Yeah.
The main one it seems like is red, so I'm like, okay, like red's my favorite color, but like, can we maybe like?
Yeah, well, I think it's because the last one was blue.
Oh,
I think Gridman from season 1 was like a blue, if I recall. The trading off.
I want the main one to be the pink one, the pink and purple crazy one. That sounds cool.
That's some Evangelion nonsense. Get out of here.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I'm coming out of left field, and we're gonna watch Fruits Basket, the final. No, I'm just kidding.
I love Fruits Basket. That's a shout out here. I've been watching. So I read the original Furua back in the day because a girl that I was talking to liked it, and I got really hooked.
My fiance loves it. I just haven't watched it up till now, so I wouldn't pick it just because I'd have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, no, there's like 50-something episodes of the first 2 series to watch.
Yeah. I guess for the second show, oh god, this is so hard because there's so much stuff.
There is.
I'm like debating between like going for a wild card or going through for something that I know I want to watch, and that's like what is kind of holding me back. I think I'm gonna go with something I know I'm gonna watch just because I want to see how it's executed. So Aaron, do you need a minute?
Everything I've given.
Oh, this is so frustrating because there's.
All right, so you keep looking. You decide. I'm gonna take. I'll bite the bullet. I'll go second to last. That will be the penultimate choice. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Twee. I'm gonna go with The World Ends With You because I want to see if they pull this off and make it good because it's a vibrant and colorful game. It's got like the music is a bop all the way through. There's like every track.
That OST.
There's a like really like well fleshed out like little core group that there's a lot of moving pieces in it though, like all the time, and things get a little nebulous and strange at moments until they make perfect sense. And I want to know if they can pull that off in an animated series as opposed to a video game that has 60 hours of gameplay. So I'm gonna say The World Ends With You.
No, I agree.
It all falls on me.
It does. I mean, you could go for your odd taxi here. I don't know where it airs, but you can.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
Let's go with Jiran, the Princess of Snow and Blood.
All right.
The animation looks solid. Story sounds kind of grounded and not simple, but like maybe a little bit like to kind of be a chaser to, or I could watch something like this and then go watch like My Hero. Be nice, like a nice like palate cleanser.
Yeah. All right, man. So
I feel you.
It's gonna be cool. So we're gonna be coming back at the end, probably end of April, beginning of May, sometime in that neck of the woods, where we're gonna end up talking about which shows we liked out of these 6, and if we're sticking with any of them, and we'll at the time talk about any kind of shows that we substitute in instead if we like something better, or we think something else is gonna kind of stay with us. So to recap, we have Way of the Household Husband and Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood from Aaron. We've got Eden Zero and SSSS Gridman Dinah Zenon from Sharif. And then for me, we have Megalo Box, 2 Nomad, and The World Ends With You. So these are going to be our 6 that we have to watch at least the first 2 episodes of each of those 6. However we find them, if any substitutions have to be made due to like them not existing, looking at you, Eden Zero, we will let you guys know over on the Twitter sphere or on a subsequent episode. But I think that's going to be it for today. We had a little bit of a lengthy episode with this one. As always, you can find us online at Twitter at Super Otaku Show 1. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Roman Bear streams every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, or over on YouTube at Roman Bear streams as well, where we got all of our uploads for the past episodes going up there. And you can find Aaron making cool stuff over on our regular Roman Bear Pro channel, and you can find Sharif over at the Shooting Star Sheriff on the YouTubes. And I think that's it for all the final stuff. Any final thoughts before we go? Any closing words from you, gentlemen?
Yo, Shaman King about to teach me.
Oh no!
I lied.
Sharif is
I
gone.
said Shaman King fans.
Sharif's not allowed to get closing words. His microphone has told him no.
I don't get closing.
He utters the cursed words, and they may not appear. Final words from me. I just watched the My Hero movie for the first time. I believe it was Heroes Rising. Is that the one where they're on the island?
I need to watch it.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's for anime movies like that, it's like mostly the giant budget they drop in the last like 30 minutes of animation. Where they're like, that's what makes the movie like And the story's good. Like it's fine. It's serviceable, but it is kind of just like I just came here to see those last like 30 minutes of pure animation. Like they gave Bones. They were like, "Hey Bones, all right, we're gonna give you this prompt, and you just do whatever sounds cool." And they were like, "Yeah."
That's why you watch the Broly movie, because Broly is like 80 minutes long, and 65 to 70 of it is one unending, wildly over the top battle, and it's beautiful all the way throughout.
I will say that I didn't have a choice. I had to watch the movie in the dubbed version.
Good.
Because the version that was on Hulu like doesn't have a sub. But the problem is I've only watched subs, and I really like the subs. And I don't know what you guys are talking about, but like Deku and Bakugo specifically, their subs are better than the dubs. Don't at me.
Dub Live's so good.
Oh god.
And with that, that's going to be the end of this week's episode of the Super Otaku Show. Catch you guys next time, and find us on the internets. Till next time, so long.
Bye, y'all.